Hey everyone, I'm Dan.
And I'm Renee, and today on Time Tellers,
We're talking about a holiday that celebrates something that shouldn't have taken so long: freedom.
it's Juneteenth, baby, also known as Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, and my personal favorite, Emancipation Day 2.0.
Because the first one didn't quite get the job done.
Not for everyone. Spoiler alert, Texas was really late to the Emancipation Party.
So here's the basics. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. It declared that all enslaved people in Confederate states were free.
Except, surprise, Confederate states didn't exactly listen to Lincoln, and nobody had Twitter to spread the word, or X as it's known now.
Yeah. Exactly. It was symbolic at first. Real emancipation only came when Union troops enforced it state by state.
Which brings us to Galveston, Texas. It's June 19th, 1865. The Civil War is over. The Confederacy has lost and collapsed. And in comes Union Major General Gordon Granger.
He issues General Order Number 3 and basically says, "Hey, Texas, slavery's been over for 2 years. Let's get with the program."
Imagine finding out that you've been free for over 900 days, but nobody has told you.
That's Juneteenth, the day word of emancipation finally reached the last holdouts.
Let's break it down. Why did it take so long for the news to reach Texas?
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
And it's 1865.
And it's the South.
And there had just been a war going on.
First, it's remote. Second, during the war, many enslavers from other Confederate states moved to Texas to keep slavery going longer.
Yes, they literally called it, quote-unquote, refuge for slavery. Gross.
And after the Confederacy lost, yes, the Confederacy lost. I just had to remind.
Lost.
Yeah, they lost. Bigly.
Bigly. Not by a little.
Hugely.
Hugely. Sorry.
And the Confederacy lost. There wasn't exactly a rush to make sure enslaved people knew they were free.
I wonder why. Oh, wait.
We already answered that.
Yeah. Which makes Juneteenth both a celebration and a reminder. Freedom delayed is freedom denied.
Some enslavers waited till after the harvest to tell people. Others just refused to acknowledge the order. It took military presence to enforce it.
So the first real Juneteenth party happened a year later, June 19th, 1866.
It started in Texas with barbecues, music, church services, and readings of the Emancipation Proclamation.
People would dress in their best clothes. Some even left plantations for the first time. It became a sacred day, part Independence Day, part family reunion, part protest.
Over time, it spread beyond Texas, especially during the Great Migration. When black families moved north and west, they took Juneteenth with them.
And yes, it took a really long time for the rest of America to catch on.
For decades, Juneteenth was celebrated mainly in black communities.
Texas made it a state holiday in 1980, but nationally, crickets, until recently.
After the murder of George Floyd in 2020 and the wave of racial justice protests, people started paying attention.
Congress passed a bill in 2021, and President Biden signed it. Juneteenth became a federal holiday.
So now it's official. It's not just about barbecue, it's about memory, resistance, and joy.
Juneteenth reminds us that justice doesn't arrive all at once sometimes. It can take a Calvary and a celebration and a couple years, unfortunately, to make it real.
And that freedom is something we have to keep building, not just remembering.
And enforcing. So, this June 19th, fire up the grill, read some history from reliable sources, and honor the journey.
And as always, keep telling time.
See you on our next episode. Although, if you would like to see my original episode of this on my YouTube channel that I no longer post to, it's called McGill's Histories, and this is the Juneteenth episode. Do you know what year I posted that? You're just looking at it. Did you recognize the...
It's like 3 or 4 years ago.
So yeah, it's about 3 or 4 years ago. It's on McGill's Histories.
We'll post a link to it.
You don't even see my face. This was during COVID when I had a lot of time on my hands before I started teaching full time. I made various videos. There's about 50 videos on that YouTube channel of history topics. But it became a lot of work because, you have to look decent for your camera. And I don't like doing that. So I would much rather not have to put on makeup or, wear matching clothes or just kidding.
Sorry, you have to wear pants.
Yes, I have to wear pants. That's a requirement. But anyways, if you are celebrating today when this comes out, celebrate, have fun, enjoy your family and your friends and your neighborhoods and your communities. Just don't forget that this is a rather recent holiday that took a long time to get here. There's a lot more to this story. This was a very quick, teeny tiny episode because we just didn't want the day to go past without mentioning it because it's important. Thanks for listening, and we will hopefully hear from you all soon. Bye.